My name is Devin Nodlin. I'm with your modern sporting rifle class, and this is the week 8 assignment. Reflecting on my interactions with the instructors and fellow classmates, a lot of the things that I've kind of noticed really was just about the different specifications that can be used with the AR-15 platform, or the entire AR platform, not just the AR-15, the AR-10, and the AR-9. It's a very modular weapon system, and I used to always just think like mil spec meant like minimum crappy tolerances, but really with the way that those rifles are designed, because there's a spectrum of low and highs on each one of those little thresholds on what something can be. It allows for a lot of folks to make them so long as they're within those thresholds and be compatible with other components. And so I thought that was something that was a little bit different for me. I knew that they were pretty modular, but understanding why and how of it was kind of important. I didn't really find any major discrepancies that I could think of as far as some of the things. There's a couple of different practices maybe that I didn't see a whole lot of in the course. Like sometimes bedding the rifle barrel into the receiver, for example. I haven't personally done it. I've heard of people that have, and just some kind of basic tune-up stuff. If there's not really one way to skin a cat with an AR-15. There's a bunch of different ways that you can solve a variety of different problems. Just something like your gas system, for example. Switching your length of your gas system, changing the port size of the gas system. Even doing changes to changing it to a piston-driven system can all kind of change what you're trying to accomplish with that system. So if you're having an issue, for example, cycling subsonic 300 rounds, there's multiple different ways that you could tackle that task and overcome it, whether it's sticking with your original gas system and putting in an adjustable gas block, or going to a piston-driven system that's a little bit more reliable in those kind of cases. I think that's the best part about the AR-15 is you'll see through just assembling a couple of these things, the variations of stuff that you can do, whether it's full-on drop-in trigger kit that's really easy, pop 2 pins, drop in your trigger, put the 2 pins back in, you're good to go, or an actual broken down fire control group, where you have to actually kind of maneuver those things into place, but you can get the same result either way as far as being able to lighten or make your firearm reliable, or change your trigger pull. Fundamental principles, I think it's really just a matter of making sure that the firearm is safe. I think that's the most important piece at all times, is making sure that the firearm's not going to overpressure to a point where it could cause a failure, spiking chamber pressures, making the trigger safety, or making sure that the safety and the trigger assembly function as intended and don't go off. I think that's the biggest thing. After that, it's a matter of reliability, and really, I think, meeting the customer's needs. I think that's the most important piece. Competition shooters are willing to stretch what their rifles are capable of, at the cost of some other things like maybe longevity or long-term reliability, whereas a mil-spec gun is meant to just get drugged through the mud and continue to shoot. So I think that's something that you can kind of think about as you're kind of going forward with these courses, is what is the end user going to use this rifle for? What's the platform being used for? And I don't think that that's just a modern sporting rifle. I think that's handguns, pistols, any type of rifle. Future education and training, one of the big ones I'm kind of looking at now, after this course. Obviously, I'm also debating on expanding to my associates in firearms technology after I complete this course. But one of the other ones I was thinking about was, Sig Sauer has an armorer's course. Considering the fact that they've won a couple of government bids, I think it's going to be very similar to the AR-15 platform, in that we're going to have we're going to see a lot of those firearms out there. A lot of people follow the military stuff. So I think maybe getting a little bit better understanding of how Sig Sauer's functionalities work and the intricacies of the weapons platforms should be able to help with all of that. Anyways, my name's Devin Nodlin. Thank you so much.